Okay, we're going to talk about binary real quick, and then we're done. Binary, 5-6 years ago, was kind of a off-the-side kind of boutique plan. Binary is now pretty mainstream. What's happened is binary now is a multi-part plan. You have the fast start, that's the same as the unilevel, works the exact same. Then you have the binary part, we're going to talk about it. And then on the third part, you have a matching part or some other part that helps me get my leadership money. That's what's made binary really the up-and-comer in the market today. So how do you build a binary? When we first started building binary years and years ago, people would talk about even filling the binary, because in binary you can only have 2 first levels. And so anybody else you sponsor has to go under those 2 levels. So they would talk about this concept of an even fill. The problem with even fill was the person 1 and 2 would sit around and wait for me to fill their downline. And you never want a plan built on the concept of people waiting for someone else to build their downline. So now what's taught more often is this so-called power leg method, where when I create my own spillage, I put them kind of more straight down, which in a unilevel would be a disastrous method. But in binary, it's the way to go, because what I'm telling all these people, person 1, 2, 3, 4, is that I'm building their power leg, and they need to build their own pay leg. Because in a binary, I get paid on the smallest of my 2 legs. I get 10% of the smallest of the 2 legs. So my point is, and when we're running out of time, and we couldn't get into all this anyway, is you have to make sure, and this is the one point I want you to write down, you have to make sure that when you pick a plan, that you pick a building method that ties into the plan. There's nothing worse for a company than to go with a binary and pick a unilevel filling method. Or even worse, to have a unilevel and build it like a binary. These are disastrous things that companies do. Okay. Last, how much can you afford to pay out? As Dan said earlier, and he talked about this quite effectively, you have to pick the price of the product, and then based on your markup, you can figure out what you afford to pay out. Lots of these companies say they pay 50, 60, 70%. When we look at it, there are lots of things that you can do to make that look funny. We did a study of 40 companies. The average was 42%. So last final point. You have to focus on the behaviors you want to do. Do this, get that, with all of these plans. And you have to make sure you build it the way that you build building techniques that support the plan that you ultimately end up implementing.